Nick, nice to meet you. I'm Matt. Wow, this is a Blu-ray?
At least 500 times I've seen the movie. I'm excited. Super geeking out a little bit.
The real Adam Banks.
I think people love underdog stories, and I think this was just a really well-told underdog story.
Averman.
It's all right. We're gonna quiz you on that later. Let's take home time. I play beer league hockey on Wednesday nights with my guys, and like the only reason I'm on the team is because I'm a duck. Quack, 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 quack.
He is called to the lakes by loons.
In the fog, it could be a task to find him.
Dr. Walter Piper, who's devoted his career to loon research, has been returning to the lakes of Wisconsin's Oneida County for nearly 3 decades.
Oh, here they are.
But the discovery of the summer belongs to one of Dr. Piper's newest interns.
So you didn't know what you'd found?
No, I had no idea.
So new was Evelyn Doolittle. She'd never before seen a loon chick.
All 3 chicks still intact.
On another lake, she might have spotted this rare brood of 3.
This is pretty impressive.
But what Dr. Piper's intern saw that June day was even more unlikely.
I got back and I said to my coworkers, wow, chicks sure look a lot like ducklings.
Looked like a duck because it was.
Right from the start, I knew this was something special.
Linda Grenzer, a Wisconsin loon photographer, was summoned to document what Dr. Piper's intern had seen.
The mom's on the left, the dad's got the duckling on its back.
Not possible, she thought.
They don't like them.
The two are natural enemies, to the point loons have been known to kill baby ducklings.
The loon is the head honcho of the lake, and the ducks better move for it.
So what gives?
Very protective of his duckling.
Turns out the loon pair does.
It's mind-boggling.
Dr. Piper's team
It's never happened before.
found evidence the loon parents had hatched a chick of their own, most likely killed by a predator shortly after birth, about the time a duckling became separated from its mother.
It must have happened the same day.
They needed each other badly.
Out of loss came a family.
This is their child, yes, their chick. And they're doing everything they can to protect it.
And with more trips to the lake, the surprises kept coming.
The duckling started diving, which they don't do.
Not mallards.
It learned it from the loons.
Yet there was Linda shooting video as the baby mallard stayed underwater for 10 seconds till it popped up right there.
Loons do it, ducks don't. Except for this one.
Nor are mallards big fish eaters.
I just don't think any of us believed it. We were just in awe.
Till another of Dr. Piper's interns snapped these photos of a little muskie being served
They don't eat fish.
to a duckling eating fish like it's Friday night at a Wisconsin tavern.
I'm seeing something that I'll probably never see in my entire life again.
Not even 2 weeks ago, on her last visit, Linda snapped these photos of a well-fed and growing duckling.
You can see, look how low that back is. All duck. Hardly any loon showing.
If 2 rival species can make this work, maybe there are lessons beyond the lake.
You know, we humans look at other humans a little bit different from ourselves and see only the differences. You know, maybe humans could learn a lesson or two from them.
Nothing is beyond imagining once you've witnessed the impossible. Boyd Hooper, KARE 11 News, Tomahawk, Wisconsin. With 10,000 lakes, Minnesotans needn't go far to be awestruck by ducks. But apparently that hasn't stopped us from wanting more.
I think they're just cool. I mean, how often do you see a pond full of painted ducks?
Highway 65, a couple hours north of the Twin Cities, you'll find yourself passing a roadside ditch brimming with water and mystery.
Somebody's got to know something.
Carol Davidson, who travels this route often on her way to the cabin, has been trying to figure this out for a couple of years.
I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. I wish I could find out who did it and why he does it.
Who? Who does this?
We are here.
You're looking at them.
Yep.
Yep.
Joanne Ledeen and Jeff Sutton passed the ditch on their way to the cabin, too.
There's a floating log in the water.
Joanne, it seems, would always spot that log and mistake it for a turtle.
And it get me every time.
So I said, I'm going to paint a yellow duck, throw it next to the log, and you can quit calling it a turtle.
Which is what Jeff did.
There's the first one landing.
One duck, all alone.
About a month and a half later, a pink duck showed up, and it hasn't quit yet.
2 years later, dozens of ducks have landed in the ditch.
One decoy's ours.
A flock with a name.
Ditch ducks.
No, really? Oh.
A flock.
There's a perfect name for them.
That's about to get another new member.
This is just kind of our way to honor our little buddy and get a duck in the flock.
The Hamry family drives past the ducks on the way to their cabin, too.
Okay, Jake, get him your best smile. Cheese!
Jake loves the lake.
There he is.
And soon, on the way,
so there's the other side.
They'll be passing his duck, painted green for mitochondrial disease.
Jake's Warriors. Here.
And a redhead, just like Jake.
It's like we're doing this for him so people can know him more.
It's Jake's time.
Jake's time.
Jake's time.
Jake's duck, like all the others, will fall under the watchful eyes of Joanne and Jeff.
Right there they are, all sprawled out on the ground.
Who gather and mend the ducks in the fall and protect them from the winter.
You always have that story there now.
Right.
Just two people with their priorities in a row.
We've had people say this is the funnest part of our trip because all of our kids are staring out the window of the van looking for these ducks, you know.
You won't have to drive far to find more impressive bodies of water. But isn't it nice that in the land of 10,000 lakes, there's also a place for a few dozen ducks in a ditch?
I think they're great. I think it's so neat.
Boyd Hubert, KARE 11 News, Aiken County. When he first bought his hunting land amid the bluffs and cornfields of Pierce County, Wisconsin,
this is the Rush River here.
Roger Nelson was attracted to the scenery.
Kind of back to Mother Nature.
Then it was just a matter of time until nature joined forces with Roger.
It's amazing. It's worth the drive, definitely.
Barb and Steve Milburn drove from Rochester to see this for themselves. The creations about which everyone who stops
beautiful
can't stop talking.
I think maybe nature had a little help here.
A little help from a man who knows water.
Well, I'm a plumber, so it was kind of natural.
A plumber whose hunting land just happened to be loaded with this. 1,000 gallons a minute surging from 650 feet below.
No pump.
No pump.
Nope.
Just water gushing to the surface naturally from an artesian well deep beneath Roger's property. And you got to thinking.
Yep.
One small ice sculpture formed accidentally when Roger left open a pipe has inspired more than 30 others, all connected by the plumber to his artesian well.
You do have to admire the artwork.
Quietly feeding still growing behemoths 24/7.
25 pounds pressure all the time.
Only one thing better.
When it's dark, all the lights come on.
The lights that turn sculptures into ice spirits.
And then that one looks like a unicorn.
J.C. Bauer came to see them with her family.
It's pretty awesome.
That one looks like a ballerina.
Imagination stretchers.
That's her long hair.
All of which got their start as one of 33 standing pipes, flagpoles basically, into which Roger drills holes.
This one right there, that's right there.
Roger drills the holes, and nature decides on the shapes.
You never have a clue.
Roger downplays the work this took, laying more than 1/3 of a mile of underground pipe to feed nature's creative appetite.
Does any of this surprise you?
Not one bit. No, not one bit.
As his friends know, Roger's passion runs hot.
I'm surprised there's not more of them. It's all or nothing.
Yep, and he shares it with everybody.
Yeah.
Shares it with every braking driver, every camera-toting visitor.
Amazing.
And this crew.
So who made all these?
Our grandpa. Our grandpa.
Cruz, Knox, Rowan, and Reagan.
Sounds like it's raining and I like the sound of that.
Whose grandpa tapped in to something special.
It feels like it's a fairy tale.
It does.
As long as the earth keeps sending up the water, Roger will honor the gift.
It's a partnership.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good end product.
Plumber. Well done. Boyd Hooper, Carol 11 News, Maiden Rock, Wisconsin. "40 miles off in the distance, they may as well be on the moon."
Right.
Karen and Paul Colson.
Cut off.
From their own country.
Totally.
Yeah.
The Colsons live on the northwest angle, that little bump at the top of Minnesota, only reached by driving through 40 miles of Canada. All good till last March, when Canada and COVID closed the border.
Very depressing. There was nobody.
Nobody able to reach the Colsons Resort, one of a dozen that provide jobs for the 100 or so people who live on the angle. Livelihood severed for 10 months.
We had 0 people at our place.
Yeah.
0.
The angle needed something bold.
Then someone floated this.
I thought it was kind of crazy.
Cale Alsleben is one of the plow drivers now keeping open a 22-mile ice road across frozen Lake of the Woods. A lifeline.
You got to figure some way to get customers up here.
And it's working. 2 weeks since the opening, the Northwest Angle Ice Road has returned life to the northernmost tip of the lower 48.
Drive your 25 mile an hour and take your time and away you go.
A highway on 20 inches of ice, complete with bridges over ridges.
Yeah, my wife was very skeptical about me coming out here.
And when you do see the plow trucks going, it makes you feel a little more comfortable.
Ice fishers and property owners.
It's worth this $500 pass.
$500 for the season, or $145 per round trip, to cover costs of constant maintenance.
We have a cabin up here, and it's the only way we can get here right now.
The ice will only prop them up till spring.
We don't have anything else.
But the Colsons
right?
will take it.
Everybody will be able to hang on a little bit longer.
A moonshot on a moonscape.
Sink or swim. So we just keep swimming.
Boyd Hooper, Carol 11 News, Lake of the Woods.